Jonathan Nato, and I'm a blind guy.
I'm Hamad Zaidi, and I'm a disabled guy.
This is Limping on Cloud 9.
Today, everybody, we are going to talk about my sex life.
Hey-yo. Hey, Hamad, this is a PG podcast, Hamad, so make sure you keep it clean.
Yeah, no, I will. Right now, my wife, wherever she's listening to this, she's cringing, and she's like, no! But don't worry, sweetie, this is not about our sex life. I'm going to discuss my dating past before I met the most amazing woman in the world.
There you go. Good save.
So let's start with this. Growing up, because of my disability, I always thought when I was younger that no one would ever want to date me, right? And because I always thought, would I want to date me? And the answer is no. So my very first internet date happened in early March 1997. But this all started in late February of the same year, where I started talking to this amazing young woman in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Have you ever been to Pittsburgh?
Sadly, no, and I don't live that far away from it, so I should visit there sometime.
It's a really cool city. The incline is great. You know, Heinz Field is wonderful. The people are amazing in Pittsburgh. They are just so great. So I start talking to this woman who lives in Pittsburgh. She said that she had an MBA from the Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania, right? A condo in the city. And she just was so great on the phone and seemed really put together, intelligent, and wonderful. So I wanted to meet her. We talked on the phone for 3 or 4 days, maybe 5 or 6 days. And then she told me that her birthday was coming up in the first week of March. Of course, I just said, well, I've got to come to Pittsburgh for your birthday.
Yeah.
So here I am. I didn't lie about anything. I told her I'm short. I told her about my disability. I told her I just graduated UCLA a couple of years earlier, and everything was just on the up and up with me. I get all ready. I get on the plane. I had a suit on, a beautiful tie, polished shoes. And as I'm flying on the 5.5-hour flight, all I can think of is, this is amazing. It's her birthday. We like each other. We've been talking for 4 or 5 hours a day for the past 6 days. This is good. It's going to be great. Land in the beautiful city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And Jonathan, I'm looking around for this girl.
Oh, no.
Right? And I'm starting to think to myself, did she stand me up? Right? And did I just fly 5.5 hours to be stood up? Right?
And yeah, this is before everyone had cell phones. It's like you just call and be like, hey, where are you?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And on a side note, I did fly to another state to get stood up, but this was not that time.
Oh, that's good.
Right? So all of a sudden, I'm looking around and I hear my name, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, who said that? And I turned around and there was a young woman standing there and she looked nothing like her pictures.
Oh, man.
Not just like I gave you pictures that were 5 years old. Not that. That would have been, I would have dealt with that.
Yeah.
They weren't even her.
Man.
Right? And I'm just looking at her like, oh God. And I know that it's her birthday.
Right.
So I can't be a jerk and say, I'm going to take the next plane home because I know it's her birthday.
Right.
So she comes up to me and she's like, the first words out of her mouth, she goes, are you mad at me?
Oh, so yeah, she totally knew she was lying. And yeah.
And I looked at her and I'm like, it's your birthday. I can't be mad. Let's go have dinner. Let's go have fun.
Yeah.
Right? So she tells me, she goes, let's stop by my place before you check into the hotel. And I'm thinking, and just to be honest with everyone out there, I'm thinking, look, I'm going to be nice because you're a nice person, but I'm a little pissed off that you lied.
Totally.
You already lied to me.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah, totally.
So I kept on saying, let me check into my hotel. And she's like, no. My place is before your hotel. Let's stop by. So remember, she told me she had a condo in the city.
Oh,
right?
man, don't tell me she lived in some slum or something.
Okay. So We get to the city, we're driving through Pittsburgh, and I see all these beautiful like condo buildings in the downtown, and I'm like, okay, so where's your place? She goes, we're almost there.
Oh,
And
no.
she keeps driving and driving and driving. And then I see like this leaving Pittsburgh, come visit soon again.
Oh,
Right?
man.
I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen? What's going to happen?
You should have checked to see what was in the trunk.
I know, exactly. I know. So 20 minutes later, she takes this exit, and it's kind of not very well lit,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh man, I wasn't in fear of my life because I'm almost never in fear of anything.
Yeah,
And I like the adventure of life.
yeah.
But what's happening here? And she's like, oh, we're almost home. And I swear, man, she turns a corner,
Yeah.
and there's a double wide trailer.
Come on.
Dude. And,
But a trailer is not a condo in the city.
a trailer is not a condo in the city.
Right.
And then, as she's driving us up to the trailer, she turns to me and she's like, now you're really mad. And I'm like, no, I'm not mad, but I'm just thinking, you don't have an MBA from UPenn, do you? And she looked at me and she's like, no, but I have my GED.
Oh,
right?
my goodness.
And I looked at her and she goes, but you don't have a master's from UCLA, do you? And I'm like, yes, I do. Here's my class ring, because I still wear the class ring today.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still have it on right now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, here's my class ring. And she's like, oh, I thought we were playing a game. I thought we were lying at each other and we knew that,
Wow.
And I'm like, no. So then she started crying. And then I said, look, I can't have you cry. It's your birthday. It's literally your birthday. So why don't we go to dinner, and why don't I take you to a movie? So I think, Jonathan, I'm being really polite here.
Dude, I wouldn't have made it as far as you. On the airport, I would have been like, I'm out of here. Like, regardless of how she, looked or whatever, I'm like, you are totally not the picture you sent me. So I would have been like, who knows what else you lied about then, I would have been gone.
Jonathan, I just had a thought. Can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
So what happened is we decided to go to dinner, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful Italian restaurant. I take her to dinner, and she's like, I'm really sorry. I thought we were both playing a game. And I'm like, no, don't worry about it. Let's just have a nice evening. And she goes, are you going to stay the weekend? And I'm like, no, I'm going to go home tomorrow morning.
Right.
But I want you to have a nice birthday, right?
Yeah.
After dinner, we go to the movies. And this was March 1997.
Okay.
And guess what movie we saw?
I don't really remember what was that around that time.
Well, Titanic was still in theaters, I believe.
That's what I was gonna guess, but I wasn't sure if it was out at that, if it was 97 or not.
Yeah, but that's not what we saw. We saw this incredibly romantic movie called Private Parts. That's the Howard Stern film, right?
Yeah.
Which is actually a great movie.
Did she say if she wanted to watch Titanic, and you're like, no, we're seeing this instead?
No. Actually, I told her I'd already seen Titanic, and she goes, okay, we can go see Private Parts. Right?
Okay.
So here's the whole point of this story. This is the fun part. I don't like trailers. And by trailers, I don't mean trailers to live in.
Yeah.
I mean movie trailers.
Right.
Like, I don't like them. I never have. I don't watch them. If I watch a trailer, I feel like I've already seen the movie. Right? So we sat down, and she's already feeling bad about the whole evening, right?
Yeah.
We sit down, and I turn to her, and I'm like, you know what? I got to get up because I don't like trailers, right?
Oh, no.
She turned to me, Jonathan, and I mean, it was Niagara Falls, man. She started bawling right there in the theater. And I'm like, what'd I say? And she goes, you asshole, you don't like trailers. I knew you were mad. And I'm like, no, oh my God, no.
You realize what you said then.
Yeah, I'm like,
man.
no. I'm like, a trailer. I'm talking about a movie trailer. And then I learned my lesson. People outside of Los Angeles and New York and other major cities don't call movie trailers trailers. They call them previews.
Right.
Right?
Right.
She had no idea what I was talking about. She kept on saying, no, you don't like my house. And I said, no, it's got nothing to do with your house. A movie trailer is what most people call previews.
Right.
And she never bought into it, man. She never bought into it.
Man.
The whole movie, she had her arms crossed and she was huffing and puffing. And I asked her so many times, look, do you want me to take you home? And she's like, just watch the movie, right? So, and then just, I got to tell you, if I judged my internet dating career on that one, because that was my first,
Yeah.
I don't know if I would ever do it again.
Yeah, that and what's not funny or whatever, or ironic maybe, like anytime you mention internet dating, you would people assume that would be the typical internet date. But this was before it really turned into what it's turned into now, and it seems like it was like that ever since the beginning.
One thing to mention, Jonathan, just really quick.
Yeah.
Before I met my wife, when I'd go on dates, they'd get in my car and they'd see a manual transmission. They'd see a stick shift.
Yeah.
And I've had women just turn to me and say, I'm not getting in the car. I'm sorry, goodbye. And just leave, right?
Yeah.
And I'd be a liar if I told you that it only happened once.
Man.
Way more than once, right? And the funny thing is, as they're leaving, I'm saying, wait a minute, I drove here.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. I got here one piece.
I got here. Maybe I know how to drive a stick. And they're like, no.
Man.
So it's if Camera Shy ever gets made, we're going to dive into all the things that a person with a disability deals with when they're dating. But on that note, I want to ask you. You started dating after you lost your sight.
Yeah.
How is that? You got very lucky because you met your amazing wife quite early, right?
Yeah, I would have to say I was definitely blessed in that area because I met my wife when I was 19, and I've been together with her ever since. Or actually, I was 18, just about to turn 19. So, I've thankfully been with her ever since then. So I haven't had to deal with that. I mean, there were, I would talk to girls or whatever on the phone, and I would never tell them I was blind. Like, I would wait until I met them, so that way they would get to know me before they saw that I was blind, But then, I'd have to say I don't think any girls, once they found out I was blind, they're just like, oh, we can't talk again. But, I was always, I guess maybe in the beginning, I guess I would say afraid. I wouldn't want to tell them, oh, by the way, I'm blind. Then they would just stop talking to me, But, yeah, thankfully, I haven't had too many, dating stories. Like I said, and when I started talking to my wife, she knew I was blind because we kind of had mutual friends, and so she knew I was in this band and I was blind and I played guitar. So she already knew everything that I probably wouldn't have told her in the beginning. So right away out of the gate, she was already aware of me being blind.
Can I tell you what image I just had at this very second? Here's why you met your wife at a young age and you didn't have to go through the crap that I had to go through. I'm telling you. God above was sitting in his lawn chair looking at a checklist of your life, and he's like, went blind, lost his parents. You know what? I'm going to just give him a wonderful person.
Exactly.
Boom.
Exactly.
I'm not going to make him go through the same crap I'm going to put this little brown guy through. Right?
Exactly. And I welcome that for sure.
One thing before we wrap up, I wanted to thank everybody for listening. And we say that every time, but Jonathan and I joke a lot about how few people listen to this podcast until we actually saw the numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
And my God, there are a lot of you out there.
Yeah.
Which kind of blows me away. And now, now I'm like, oh my God, that many people are listening. We've got to make this more professional. So that's my story for today. Jonathan, you want to take it home?
Yeah, so check us out on Facebook at Olympic on Cloud 9. You can find us on Facebook, Olympic on Cloud 9 on Twitter. Apparently we're having some issues with Stitcher. We're straightening that out. You can find us on Google Play, iTunes. I keep talking about a YouTube channel. All the videos are done. I just need to upload them to YouTube and stuff. We'll be on Vimeo, Dailymotion, all kinds of places. You'll be able to find us everywhere and anywhere possible. And we thank you all for listening and downloading. And Hamad, if they want to reach you, how can they get you?
If they want to reach me, they can come to Hermosa Beach or Redondo Beach and just say, "Where's that little limpy guy?" And
Hey,
people will they'll point me out. But other than that, they can email me at info@limpingoncloud9.com, info@limpingoncloud9.com, or Hamad@limpingoncloud9.com. Thanks for listening, people.
All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. And we'll talk to you next episode. See ya.